All right, let's move on to the CAG bag. We have at Reclusive Racer writing in, and he asks, what are your thoughts on games that release during a console's transitional year? For example, Cyberpunk is going to release on PS4 and Xbox One. Then after its release, its re-release is coming for Scarlet and PS5. He says he prefers to buy them once for the high-end console.
Yeah, I think that's probably the preferred way to go.
No. They want you to buy it twice.
But they want you to buy it twice.
So can you just buy it twice, Reclusive Racer?
It really depends on how badly you want to play Cyberpunk 2077.
I think so. I think this is sort of the ideal situation for any company. You know, if you have a big game that's coming out and you can time it when, you know, these systems have already hit their critical mass, like PS4, pretty close to 100 million units, right? And Xbox is farther away, but whatever. It's a lot. And then double dip again when the new boxes come out. I mean, sounds like a good plan to me. At Ridilla Design asks, this is another question for Shipwreck. Who would you choose to play Qbert in a live-action Qbert movie?
Tim Robinson.
From the Netflix series?
Mm-hmm.
He would be a good Qbert.
I know. You asked the question.
Wow.
I had the answer.
Why, though? Like, why?
Because look at his face. He looks like Qbert.
I know. Why, though? It's like he doesn't have like a big round nose.
No.
Cylindrical nose.
Because if you saw a picture of him and a picture of Qbert next to it and they said Tim Robinson tapped to play Qbert, your first reaction to that headline would be,
of course.
Yeah. And then you'd move on with your life.
Who's going to play Coily? Steve Buscemi.
There you go. That works. I was going to say Bill Hader, but, you know, same thing. Bill Hader as Steve Buscemi.
Perfect. At K. Saunders writes in, question about pizza. What's your go-to place, preferred topping, stance on pineapple on pizza? For two guys from New York, you sure don't talk about pizza nearly enough.
There's a place by my new office, because my office moved, called Upside Pizza.
Okay. It's
on 38th and 8th, and they have the best pepperoni Sicilian I've ever had in my entire life.
Wow.
And that's a lofty claim.
Yep.
But it's not cheap. It's $5 a slice, which is a lot for Sicilian.
It's one of them fancy slicers.
Yeah, it's not dollar pizza. But it's so good that, like, if I go like a week or two without having a slice, I have to reassess things and be like, why haven't I been to Upside Pizza and gotten a slice of that pepperoni Sicilian? They bake it with cheese on the outside of the crust. So when it bakes, it gets like an extra crusty crust of burnt cheese.
Nice.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Boy, I sure picked a good question for Wamba.
Well, it's only because I've had this pizza. We moved recently, so it's like new in my life.
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah.
No, I remember when I first moved to my apartment in Midtown Manhattan, and we found Patsy's Pizzeria.
Yes, very famous.
Which is like it's not you can't get slices there. It's a sit down place or takeout. But I remember going there for the first time, and it was like across the street from my apartment. I was like, holy shit, like this changed my life. And like I would eat there.
See, you should come to me and we should get Severia's, because Severia's pizza is very similar to Patsy's.
Yeah, I mean, now I've had pizza. That was sort of the first time I've had pizza like that.
That's the wood-fired oven pizza, for those who are wondering what we're talking about.
Fresh mozzarella, not too much of it. Nice sauce and thick, crispy crust. Important that when you hold up the slice of pizza, it doesn't break. It remains parallel to the table, which is hard to pull off.
Yes.
But Patsy's Pizzeria could do that. And then but there's so many good places, even like in the town that I live in and just throughout Manhattan. It's like, it's hard to survive if you're not good.
I had dollar pizza this week. I'm not going to lie.
Why? Because it's cheap.
It was cheap and I didn't have time. So I got.
How was it?
It was fine.
Oily.
I blot it.
Right. And by the way, I have no problem with pineapple on pizza. Like, it's not my go-to thing, but if somebody said like, "Oh, I need to have a Hawaiian pizza," I've certainly had many, many, many of them when I was living in Japan from Domino's.
Oh, I don't care what other people get on their pizza.
It does not bother me.
Yeah, there are many other things in the world that bother me more than what someone wants. I don't care if you want chocolate chips on your pizza.
Right.
It's none of my goddamn business.
Right. Right. But whoever's playing Qbert in the live action movie, that you need to be a
Tim
part of.
Robinson.
It's very important.
And you know what? I did not read the question ahead of time. That was completely pulled out of my butt.
You never do. Right. Yes. Don't worry. Nobody prepares for the show. This is from at SG and 2010. He didn't write that, actually. I added that. During a Pachter Factor, do you think Michael Pachter gets the questions beforehand, or is he seeing them for the first time? Every question, he is able to dive deep into the depths no one else can. Pretty impressive if he does that without any prep. Well, because we have so much juice here at the CAGcast, no need to guess at the answer when we could just ask the man himself. And he says that he sees them for the first time when they tape. So he's that good. I bet you they give him like 5 minutes to think about it.
Yeah.
They have to set up because they got to set up the camera and stuff. So they probably hand him the cards, and he probably just can think a little bit about it. But he's obviously a very smart guy, and he's got good takes. So it's not that surprising. That's it, Wombat. We made it to the end of the show without Shipwreck.
Awesome. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
They said that it couldn't be done. We proved them wrong. We proved all the haters wrong.
Take that, haters.
Yeah. Oh, my watch died. I don't know what time it is.
Way to go, haters.